having fun.
Yes.
Do. Merry Christmas
Merry
to you.
Christmas.
We used to have to sing it in choir. Hi, everybody. We used to sing Merry Christmas, Stew You, because that kept you from, making it not sound right. But once you all sang it, Merry Christmas, Stew You. Get it? Yeah.
On three.
They wouldn't let me inquire. Nobody.
They wouldn't let you in?
Oh, I didn't try. I knew better.
Oh, God.
Aww.
So welcome, everybody, to the Sunday show. I want everybody to send out lots of love to Terry Suzuki this morning because she can't be here. She has COVID. We want her to get over that quickly. And Jean, of course, is at her show today at one of the festivals, the New Age conferences. And so I invited my two friends here to have some fun. I could have just canceled, but I thought, why the hell not? Why don't we just come and have fun? So that's what we're here.
Have some fun.
Yeah. We're going to have fun. And if anybody needs anything, just put it in the chat. We'll see how it goes. We're going to talk about some stuff and we want to know about what you're doing. And yeah, welcome. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for being here. So Valerie was up late last night on Ron's channel, very busy. And I did not know that. And fortunately, she agreed to come on this morning because she was out. Well, she wasn't out late, but she was up late. Up late, yes. Thank you for coming, Valerie. And I'm going to put you gals show things in the chat afterwards so that everybody can have them. But I wanted this to be a surprise, so that's why I didn't put it in right now. But
the best kind of surprise.
The best kind of surprise. And then we have Kate, our dream detective, who she and I are having a show on Tuesday at 11 o'clock in the morning with Willow.
Yay.
So we're really happy to have her. Yeah, we're happy to have her come. She's such a wonderful lady, and I can't wait to meet her, face to face. So.
Okay.
Oh, Christina, you're making tamales.
Ooh, that is a nice Latin tradition for the holidays.
It is.
A lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
A lot of work.
I was going to share with you, there's a funny British saying, a colloquialism, right? Where if somebody likes to go out a lot or stays out late or doesn't come home, they call them a dirty stop out. I'm not sure how that happened, but I remember a friend saying, "Oh, were you a dirty stop out?" And I was like, I don't think it was dirty anything, but okay. It's kind of a funny phrase, right?
It is.
Yeah.
My father called my mother a full-blown wench.
Oh.
And it sounds really awful, doesn't it? But that's what you said. That means she was a woman that was fine. Mm-hmm. She was a full-blown wench. So yeah, some of these are funny and some. Hi Ron. I'm glad to see you. You up already? Look at his face. Oh God. Yeah.
Hi Ron. Nice show last night.
What happened? Oh yeah, you watched the show. Yeah.
Very nice.
That's great. Absolutely. So hi Hypnicity and Pierrette and Jail Vader, Esther, Lauren, Janet, Warrior Girl, Lise, Carolyn, Christina, Mama Bear, Seascape, Ron, Catherine Johnson, Lorraine, my goodness, Tracy Ralph, and that's it for now. Okay, yeah.
Oh, no, we got Janet P, Christina.
I know.
Yeah, it's a big group.
Wow.
We're so glad that you guys are here with us this morning because you are part of the show.
That's right. That's right. So we decided just to have some fun this morning. We'll be back to our regular meeting Sunday with talking with the mediums, but today we're not. Later on, if you want some cards pulled, we'll certainly agree to do that for you. Hi, Deb H.
Hi, Debbie.
And Linda Kelser. It's nice to see you. So we thought we might share a few Christmas things and whatever. Oh, and actually. Both Kate and Valerie have something to bring up for the month and what we're planting and so on and so forth, which I'll let them tell you. But first of all, I have to ask, What is your favorite Christmas food? And everybody's going to get hungry now.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
It's only at Christmas.
Mostly, like it's something you couldn't have Christmas without, or you'd feel sort of naked or something. I don't know. But you don't want to go naked after you eat it. Yeah.
I was going to say, are you wearing your food? But we won't go there. We won't go there.
It's a good idea, though.
Everyone
Nick,
likes Christmas stolen. Okay, that's really good. Yeah. Yep. What about for me? My mom used to make a cranberry swirl coffee cake that was the absolute best coffee cake I've ever had. I haven't had it since she's gone, but we eat Kringle from Wisconsin, and so I enjoy that. It's like a pastry, and they make all different kinds of flavors. So that's what I like. All right. What else? We got cranberry sauce, turkey buns the day after. There you go. Cheese ball. As long as you're not a cheese ball running away from home, right? Oh, you like the fruitcake? Wow!
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Yeah.
You know, Diana was explaining that maybe we had never. I never had one that I went, oh, yummy to. And Diana said, well, maybe you haven't had one that was properly done, because there's a soaking and a brandy and a whole process. You know, that isn't something that I might have had.
Have you ever had mincemeat pie? Have you ever had mince pie? Have you ever had that?
Yeah.
It's not meat. It's just but it's delicious. That's another thing. Broccoli casserole and grandma's cheesecake. And tortilla, Linda? Is that something? Oh, it's a French Canadian meat pie. Okay.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay, you're not alone. Okay. Yep. Do you guys have anything that you want to add to this?
I love the bark, the chocolate bark that is, you know, the layers.
Yes, I do know what that is.
Yeah, love the. Yeah. My husband likes the maple candies, the ones that are from Vermont that
are real sugary.
Yeah,
yeah,
oh, yes. You know, and it's terrible. It's just terrible.
It's too sweet for me.
All the sweet, all the sweets come out, right?
Yeah.
How about you, Valerie?
There's nothing I can really think of because I'll eat most anything.
The rest of the year.
But
those Yule logs, those chocolate Yule logs are so good. Have you ever had one?
The pumpkin ones, the pumpkin logs, or my mom always made that. And my son keeps bringing them home. I love those. I love those things. Oh my God! And I do only bake. I will bake at this time of year. That's the only time.
Yeah.
So that I really do enjoy it because it's the holidays and it's really fun and tasty.
Yeah.
All right. Fresh peppermint saltwater taffy. I like that too. Hypnicity. Yes, that is good. I like the peppermint bark that you're talking about. The bark, peppermint and chocolate bark. That's really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of peppermint.
All right.
Peppermint.
You're a peppermint.
Yeah, I did like peppermint this time of year a lot.
You know, when my sister moved to France, she said that there were two things that she could not find anywhere. The first one was peanut butter, and the second one was peppermint. Wow. And I thought, how unusual. Why wouldn't someone have? So, of course, I mailed her a box of candy.
Sure. She's rationing it, you know.
She's like breaking them up and freezing them and, you know, holding on to them.
Actually, that happened to me with, in New England, they make marshmallow fluff. And it's not the same marshmallow you put on your ice cream. It's different. And you couldn't find it anywhere. Now, if you go to World Market, they sell it. But at the time, so I had people sending me, you know, buckets of marshmallow fluff because you make a fluffernutter with peanut butter and marshmallow fluff. It used to be.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're saying the secret word.
Yeah.
I love Chex Mix. Yes.
Oh yeah, I like the Chex Mix stuff too. Since I lived here in Virginia Beach since '89, but I grew up in Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh is all neighborhoods where you get the authentic food and you get, so there was always the Italian bakeries. And I remember those really heavy during the holidays. Yummy stuff. I couldn't even pronounce the names of some of the things. Those little pizzelle things. Oh, I love those. The little, like, they're ironed. They look like they were ironed. They're cookies. The little.
Yep. Really thin.
Yeah.
Yep.
But here, I mean, they have it here, but there's no neighborhoods here. It's just what it is. Everybody.
Does anybody ever buy in the stockings? I always put chocolate coins. Do you ever buy those for your kiddos? Well, they're not kids anymore, but
Right. Yeah. Those and tangerines were in the stocking, and toys that they could play with until we woke up.
Right.
So they have something to unwrap. But in Guatemala, I was there for a Christmas holiday, and their big thing is, drumroll please, apples.
Really?
They are treasured. It's like they ship them in.
That's because they're not grown there. Yeah, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the Washington red apples. And, I really got a finger pointing to when I didn't finish my whole apple, because I'm an apple snob. Okay. I will admit it. Okay. That I am really, really picky about juicy, crunchy, sweet, running down your
I get it.
Yep. And these were not that. I think they must have sat in some warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, they might have.
So I really got a scolding about how this was a precious thing.
Understood. Well, I grew up in New England, and we had Macintosh apples and other kinds of apples. But out here, they have Honeycrisp apples.
Oh, pink
and those
ladies.
are they're like $3 an apple, though, but they're worth every penny. They're so delicious and crunchy.
They're so good. Love them in all kinds of things. We have lots of people that have come in. So we want to say hi to the people, the folks that are the new people that have come in.
Juno's
will.
Juno's here, and
Carolyn.
Lisa's here, and Linda and Carolyn and Andrea's here. Hi, Andrea. And Bora Bora came in. It's wonderful to see all of you. Thank you for being here. Oh, thanks for getting the troll, Ron. Thank you, dear. We are not doing our Sundays with, I always get this wrong, Speaking to Spirit, because Terry has COVID and I want to send lots of love to her. Hi, Lisa Ann. And so, send her love and healing. Jean's doing her show today. So we decided that we were going to come on here and we're going to play for a while. So I thought maybe asking telling Christmas stories. Kate and Valerie have something that they want to talk about as well. I'm going to ask one more question, and then I'm going to turn over the program to you, Kate, to talk about what you'd like to talk about. But we can do the readings later in the chat, but we're going to just have cards pulled. So just so you know, if anybody has a question we'll only take a few because we're going to be talking and doing other things. So anyway,
Lisa Ann she always misses the reading. So
all right, Lisa Ann, we'll do a reading for you. Just write in the chat what you're interested in having read, and I'll put you first on the list. How about that?
Right.
Okay. The other question I have is, what was what you considered to be your most memorable, at the very least, either Christmas gift given or gotten?
Oh, wow. That is hard.
Yeah.
Woo.
I can tell you mine while you're thinking about it.
Okay.
Yes.
So in 1983, this lady came into the bank I worked at, and she said, "Is anybody interested in having any dolls made?" She makes homemade dolls for little girls, and they're beautiful. You could get the different hair color and everything else. And I said, "I have a request." I said, "Would you be willing to make a grandmother doll?" And I said, the gray hair with the hat and the granny glasses and in purple. And she said, "Oh, I love that challenge. Yes, I'll do that. I'll be happy to do that." So when my mother was 5 years old, her mother died. She never had the proper Christmas. She never had a doll ever. And so my friend's father was Santa, and I had it all wrapped up for her. And Santa was coming to the house to see my daughter because she was young. And so I had this gift that was for my mother from Santa. Nobody knew Santa gave it to her. And I had written this long letter that said, "Hi, Alice." That's my mother's name too. Hi, Alice. I was cleaning out my sleigh this year before the end, so I could get ready for Christmas. And I found this stuck way in the back underneath something. And it was supposed to be given to you in 1925. And it's so
Oh,
late. I'm sorry it's so late.
how sweet.
I know.
Oh my
It's kind
God.
of banged up a little bit. It may have aged. I don't know if it may have aged or not. So my mother opened it up, and you would have thought I gave her $1 million. She was bawling her eyes out. She was and it was the best gift I ever gave anybody. It was just the best. It really was. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's such a wonderful sharing. Thank you, Aley.
Oh, sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know those ones where your heart takes a syncopated beat when you hear it,
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I
wow,
know.
that's good stuff.
It was the best. We got pictures of her, and she died 5 years later. So it was like the best Christmas of now that I look back and realize, how lucky I was that we were able to do that. But all right. Lisa, you have a medium question, and we don't have the mediums here with us today, but we'll do our best. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do our best. All right.
That's interesting too, because I think most people don't realize that both Valerie and I are mediums.
Are you? Then all right, that's fine.
We're best.
Okay.
We haven't done it live, and we're going to.
You haven't done it live. Okay. Yep. All right.
So,
yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Valerie, what was your Christmas?
Oh, you know, mine's gonna be heart pulling. It's gonna.
That's all right, Valerie.
Well, my youngest, I'll just do it real quick. My youngest was born premature. He was born at 23 weeks, 4 days, at 1 pound, 6 ounces.
Oh my God.
He went to 1 pound overnight.
Wow.
And that was in August of 93. And I got to bring him home Christmas Day.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
There's nothing better than that, Valerie. Yeah, that's great.
To be in your own bed and to have your little one with you. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm crying a lot lately. I'm sorry.
No. It's all right. It's that time of year. Yeah, it's that time of year.
It is. Everybody needs a little rinse,
Everybody needs a rinse.
Just rinse it out. It's a little rinse.
Okay, Kate, so what about you? I know you got something
good. I have a similar story like Valerie's, where my daughter was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes and had been in a coma and had been in the hospital for months. And she actually went in on Halloween, and they let her come home the day before. And it is so precious when you have that close of a oh my gosh on pins and needles. Leading up to here's your Christmas gift. But I love my daughter, and I'm so grateful that she was able to be home with us during that time. We weren't out of the woods, but she was home. And I have to say it because I know my husband is watching and he'll want to know. But my absolute favorite gift received is my Roomba.
Does your cat ever ride on it?
No, they don't. They don't. But you know what? It's so fun because I can push a button and sit back and read a book and go, oh, this housework is just so exhausting.
That's awesome.
And with construction and everything, it's been great to have this room, but picking up all bits and pieces so I don't have to step on them. So thank you.
That's great. So JL Veda has her teddy bear. Their mom got them for when they were 5, and I got a new sister that New Year's Day, and it was my last gift as an only child. That's a nice share, JL. Thank you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I want you to know my son, my youngest now is 29, so he's doing excellent. He's doing great.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thanks for sharing. And if anybody else wants to put their stories in the chat and bring them up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Kate and Valerie for now, and give you some food for thought instead of food to eat. There you go.
But I'm hungry now.
Here, I'll throw one at you. Across the country, right? Valerie, will you share what's going on astrologically as far as the next few months?
Yeah, next few months. We just had a full moon on the 7th in Gemini. Mars was with conjunct, meaning together with that full moon. That's a lot. That's all your mental abilities, all your thinking, how you process your research, everything is magnified like by 1,000. Think of it like that, because we are transitioning out of the last 2 years and into the new path. We're going into new territory. But right now, we got all this. I love how you put it, Kate. All the debris. And then underneath the debris is all this nice soil. And we're trying to decide what are our seeds we want to plant. Where do we want to go in the future? What do we want to do? Who do we want to be? And these next 3 months, I'd actually say till April, till after Saturn and Pluto change signs and Mars in March. So you want to give that like about a month to get moving forward. We'll have a clear idea by then, because Mars will be out of Gemini. We'll be going forward. But those seeds need planted. And this is the fertile time of year. This is the time of year that we go inside naturally anyway. It's what solstice is about. You go in the winter, you slow down, you take your time. And really, we're not given that option in the month of December much, or November. Really, from Halloween on, it's like go time, right? So we kind of do it backwards in the way the society is set up right now. That's okay. We can do 2 things at once. We can we can do that and that. It's just right. It really, this year is about going in for the next couple months. But Kate says it much better.
You did fine. You did fine. You described it perfectly. You described it perfectly. So the concept is that if the Earth is rumbling and the debris is flying and it's hot and it's drowning and it's on fire and it's in the wind and the Earth has all of this stuff, this upheaval that's happening, that energy can't be ignored. It is something that we're witnessing, that we're watching, that we're going, I'm grateful to be home where it's warm and dry, and hopefully, the water will subside, or hopefully the heat will die down, or whatever the element is that's happening on the planet is creating this energetic sort of dust field, sort of this debris of old being whisked away. And it's being whisked away in really interesting ways, in all the ways that Mother Earth can get it whisked away, through fire, through wind, through rain, through heat, through drought, through. It's just really interesting how many different ways she's showing us that she is creating something new underneath. So it's the underneath part, the underneath, the not knowing, the what's underneath there. How do we get in there? Because what's in there is new soil. It's new fresh water. It's new fresh air. It's all of those things underneath the rubble, underneath. Okay. So in the event that there are things within your life that you have had on the back burner going, I really wish that, or blank, or I'd really love to just blank, fill in the blank. If you find yourself saying those things, put them in seeds in the ground, metaphorically or spiritually or in prayer, in meditation, however it is that you can see these seeds going into the new earth, okay? And allow that energy that is new and fresh and exciting and, unexpected, and we don't even know what it's going to look like when it's all the way done. Take advantage of what the universe is giving us, which is an opportunity to allow her to make these changes. And within those changes is asking you, okay, what do you want to see? What do you want to be? What do you want to have happen? And in those questions, plant the seeds and then trust that the universe will take care of the rest. The universe will provide the soil, the sun, the light, the water, and just let it go. And so it is a time for me to figure out what kind of gifts I have, what I need. I have a home, I have a roof, it's dry, my kids are healthy, my animals are sometimes, but my animals are good. So really can't ask for anything other than to be led and comforted and inspired and growing within who I am meant to be. And that is, that is kind of this great big broad thing. Who do you want to be? Yes, who are you? 63 years old, but who you want to be?
Right.
Yes. What do I want to be when I grow up? I'm up, so it's what it is.
It's never too late because we can change those things all the time. Look at, what is it, Grandma Moses was like 80 when she started painting or something like that. Yeah.
So for me, it's the spiritual gifts. How can I become stronger? How can I become more confident? How can I become more loving in providing this love to everyone that needs to hear it, that needs to know that they're loved, to know that comfort exists within the community, that wisdom exists, and that we can together provide a support and an energy and a growth moving forward that's sort of under the radar.
Right. Well, we're already looking forward to spring and the new blossoms. Why not work on our own spring, our own blossoming? Absolutely.
Right, exactly. So it's exciting.
Yeah, but we have to pay attention because this is a lot of mental energy right now, right? So we could get stuck. We could get stuck in those repeating constant thoughts of, especially if you spiral down and I'm not good enough into that kind of stuff.
Right.
You got to kind of use your mind, have your mind and your ego follow your heart. Once your heart has decided what it is that you want to go forward with, because that's what really spirit is supporting your heart-based ideas and passions and desires. And for us to go forward, we have to go follow our heart, and then the mind and the ego follow the heart and line up how things are going to, from our position of what we can do, because spirit, we all know spirit is in charge. Things are going to go the way they go, but you can have kind of a plan. You can have the vision. That's the most important thing, the vision. Have this, big vision too. Things that you wouldn't have allowed yourself to even think, maybe.
Right.
This is the time to go past out of that box, bust out of there, and go towards what your heart really, truly, truly wants to do.
Absolutely. Know your truth. Yeah.
So here's a question I have for you, Valerie. If you're already an air sign like me and my husband, and so Gemini, Aquarius, and Libras, if we got this going on in our air sign, this whole energy's in the air, are we like double whammied?
Well, see, that's a good question, because that, everybody thinks that it's an attack, but actually air signs are masters at thinking and researching and teaching. Look, you're a professor, for goodness sake, you're a master at it. I'm a water sign. I'm very emotional. I can feel deep, deep, deep emotions, and I can feel a lot of them in a lot of people can't. I didn't realize that because I was a water sign. I didn't know that people, not everybody felt like I felt. or as deeply, not so much like I felt, but as deep as I can feel, and see the pain and go into it and things like that. That's kind of like what the water signs do. But that's a natural thing. Like you being a professor is a natural thing for you. Kate speaking so eloquently all the time is natural for her. She's a Gemini, so
right. Yeah.
It's actually in your favor. This time is in the air
It's
signs
more in
favor.
our favor. Okay.
Mhm.
Phew. Because
What's interesting, what's interesting, Aley, is that it's important to take the filter out.
Yeah.
Okay? So taking the filter out is things that you were told growing up, things that you're being told by, that kind of thing, to stop that in the things that you hear or worry about or whatever, to take that filter out and just be in your heart and know that truth, because that truth is going to be stronger than anything you're going to hear, anything you're going to read, anything you're going to see or have presented to you. It's deep in there. And so, having it go from heart to head is the practice. Right? That's the hard part.
Yeah, because some people want to really bypass the heart. We don't want to go in there and feel. Let's just stay up here and figure out how to go forward, right? We use our mind and our ego to take us in that direction. But really, you have to have that heart first. Heart first in everything.
Heart first.
Yeah.
And I just, I have to say that everybody that's here, everybody that's contributing in the chat, you all know what that heart stuff is. You all know the magic of bringing the two things together, the heart and the mind and spirit and exploring. So it's all right there. Right. You guys are experts at this.
I know.
Yeah. We are all heart-centered, soul-centered, spiritual. This is spiritual channel. This is what we do here. And this is how we got such a beautiful community. Just so beautiful.
Yeah. Right.
But to have that heads up and just to know, don't let your mind spiral you out of control, out of your dream, out of your, your real desires.
Sure.
This is different.
Well, and there's a lot of people that this is a hard time. This is a hard time of the year also for a lot of folks, that don't have family, that have had bad experiences around the holidays or are lonely and feeling lonely. And so, yes, try and get your fix here if you can within this community, because we really dearly love everybody. And we want to bring you, that love, even if you're by yourself. And so telling yourself, oh my God, I'm alone. Remember that there are people that love you, including us here. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. And it's hard, Lisa Ann, with holidays, without your sister or mother or father or brother. When people have passed, it's an awful feeling. As it goes on, you end up remembering the good times, but that takes a while. That's not going to happen. Yeah, good. You have your nephews. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's raw for her right now because it's just
happening. Absolutely.
Right, that reconnecting in ways. If I can, I would like to share this little thing about grief that I heard recently that was just spectacular. One of the concept is that when you have someone in your life, that relationship that you have, you are unique to that person, and that person is unique to you. So you may have friends that make you laugh, or that make you, go on adventures, or that really stimulate you mentally because the conversation is so good. And if that person has has passed on, you can feel like the person that you were to them is also sort of lonely, where no one else lit that up, that piece, that part, that connection that no one else that you've met may have lit up those pieces. So my suggestion would be to remember the moments of joy, to remember how they made you laugh, retell the jokes, find comedy that makes you want to, can't breathe, the kind of laughter where you can't breathe. I'm just using that as an example. and invite others to join with you, and invite them to come and join and watch the movie with you, or to experience the party with you, because they're really not gone. They're just changed in a way that feels different, because you feel different with your energy not having that connected immediacy, right? That immediacy that feels so comfortable, that you've grown up knowing, or that you've had for so long. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, what happened? Right? And so that realignment, that readjustment, and I would just put it to you that they're not gone, that they are usually the ones you love right next to you. They're right there.
Yeah.
Hey, go to the movies. Hey, I want you to laugh. I want you to have fun. I want you to just enjoy this life. And it was a really interesting.
But until we accept that those that we love, until we accept that we can talk about death and those types of things, because it's such a taboo subject in this culture, and it shouldn't be. It should be something that should be able to be. I know when my husband brings it up to his kids, don't talk about it. You're not going to die. Well, of course you are. You know, but you know. You gotta feel that. You gotta feel comfortable with it. But it does take a while to do that. And you're absolutely right. What I think how I honor my mother is I keep a lot of her traditions that I enjoyed and loved. And so through me, my mother speaks. And or anybody else that's gone. But it's not easy. I'm not suggesting it is. It doesn't. No.
It's hard to be human.
Oh, it is. We got the hardest job on the planet. Yeah, we do. I love this. Each time of celebration requires creating the celebration each time. That's right. Doing activities they may not have been able to do in years. And so FaceTime or Zoom, I know it's not the same thing if you have relatives far away, but it's the next best thing. If that's, that's thank God we have that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
all
really,
right. So
I wanted to
say
something real quick about tomorrow is December 12th. So that's 12/12.
Right.
That's
the 12/12. Yes. Yes.
So we have a portal coming. Solstice is 12/21. So that's portal. Yeah. On the 23rd, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. So am I right there, Sagittarius?
Probably, because that's the sign we're in. Yeah.
Yeah, to make planets. But so in the first of the year, well, let me go. The 29th, Mercury goes retrograde. Mars is retrograde. So we're starting the first of the year in a retrograde. A mental retrograde. So remember, this is mental. This is all the things we do, think, create, research, all that kind of stuff. Our minds do so much work. We all know we can stay up there for all day long. And it is so important to balance that. Drop in your heart, feel your feelings, to go forward. But honor these days. Honor 12/12 tomorrow. I don't care if you just light one candle and say, thank you. It doesn't have to be a big, huge deal.
Doesn't.
Being on solstice, if you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or
Kwanzaa or whatever,
whatever you celebrate, enjoy it and take the time. We rush through these holidays just running around busy buying things and hoping we have the right present for somebody. And people want your time more than
that's what they want. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And
to me, I think isn't it also important to mention this? People get really upset, some people do, about happy holidays. And I don't take it as maybe you're Jewish, maybe you're some other, and then we also have the first of the year. And so it seems to me that people take offense by that, but I don't understand why. You're including everybody. And isn't that what our life is? We have inclusion and diversity. And so, I can understand we didn't grow up with that. We grew up with saying Merry Christmas to everybody. But when I think about it, all the poor friends in my classroom that were Jewish never got a damn thing. They didn't get to even say Hanukkah at that
But
time.
they did, but they did something else with their families, right? And that to me, happy holidays just makes sense. It's just the way. I mean, there's too many traditions. So we have, we're living in a divided country, and everybody wants to point out something that just enrages them beyond belief. Like, about history in school. What is wrong with these people? You're just you just got to really. We know where we're stand. We know we're heart centered, and we're all inclusive here. There's no judgment. There's none of that. Genosphere. No, actually, it's the same thing. If you were born like a water sign or an air sign, having the retrograde, it's easier for you to maneuver because you think, okay, because Mercury again, thinking, researching, learning, and all that. You think outside the box. You love to learn, probably. You probably go above and beyond, and I know you do because I watch your channel. How much you research, how much time and love and caring you put into your videos. That's an example of your Mercury retrograde. So it's easier for you. It's easier for people with retrogrades in a planet to have that. It's hard when Mercury's direct. So it's kind of the opposite. Or it's probably not hard, but it's maybe limiting in your thinking process.
I just wanted to share too that at some point our family started doing an event rather than a gift exchange where we could all celebrate the event together. And I remember when the girls were little, there was one Christmas where we did a treasure hunt. They had to go find the written pieces of clues that were, around the house.
Like a scavenger.
Right? It was a scavenger hunt with clues, mystery. And they talk about that experience and they don't even remember what the gift was at the end of the game. They just remember running around the house and trying to figure out, well, what is that? What is that? Where could that be? So, the experience, and it's hard when we live far away from each other or, but even to meet on, FaceTime and bake cookies together or, there are many, many, many different kinds of things. There are. At one point, my daughter.
We're lucky we have that now. We are.
Absolutely. I can remember watching a movie where we'd say hit play in 3, 2, 1. And we would be on FaceTime, but enjoying the movie at the same time and still laughing with each other. So if you can't be there, plan an event where you can still celebrate together, still connect with each other.
Right. And I'm going to do something strange. You can do that, exactly what Kate said, with those who are no longer in form here.
Right.
Plan an event or have a plate for them at the dinner table. Honor them. Whatever.
You can do that too. Yeah.
One of your.
So, have you guys ever heard of a Yankee swap? Have you heard of a Yankee swap? Anybody? You two gals know? So what it is there's a bunch of they're fun gifts. They're like you put a thing on it like $10 or whatever it is. And then you get that, like you could get a chia pet. You know what I mean? You can get just stuff that's silly.
You can get last year's chia pet.
You could get the Obama one. There you go. Yeah, you could do that. You can do that. You can bring in the thing you don't want to keep. You can do that too. Absolutely.
Wow.
And so then the first person opens it up and they have it. And so the second person opens it up. And if they like that one better than the one they got, they can swap.
Yeah.
Problem is if you don't swap right away, then you're out. You know what I mean? Like if yours is fine, you're the first one, then and you can't swap with the sixth person, or that, in other words. So it goes up from there, and the last person can pick anybody they want to swap with. So the last person's always the one that gets the best thing. But it really, really is fun, and it's inexpensive. You know what I mean? You can set your parameters, but it's fun if you're together. So anyway,
the consumerism has turned me off a long time ago. I love the tree and the lights. I love candles. And I just bring in, this is a time of year to bring in the greenery, the evergreens, stuff like that. That's what solstice is about. can't really. Well, if you have a fireplace, you can burn a Yule log, things like
Uh-huh.
that. I like
Yeah.
that part of it. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm getting a tree for the kitten. That's where I'm at.
I love that. I love it. It's so awesome. And Juno was saying she leaves little things for the mailman or whatever. There's another thing you can do. The other thing I want you to know, everybody, if you're getting something from Amazon and you have Alexa in your house, then after they drop it off, you can say, Alexa, thank my delivery driver, and they will get an extra $5 because they're overworking all these Amazon people because they fired a whole bunch of people for the holiday season. So that's always a nice thing to do, at least.
I really don't understand these business practices. I really don't. Like, pay people a decent living wage, hire how many you need, and deal with it.
Yeah, I know. Especially if you're a bazillionaire,
Yeah.
Bazillionaire.
Yeah.
Hi, Ward.
Yeah, Ward likes it. Ward, if you can come on Tuesday or catch the show later, we have a show on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Kate and I talk about dreams. So if you're interested, that's awesome.
Come on live. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you.
Maeve, in reference to the question earlier, what does it mean when your birthday falls at the start of a Mercury retrograde? Which I think you might have answered. Maybe you can just tell her again.
It doesn't matter if it's the start, the middle, or the end. You're still in a Mercury retrograde, and that means that you have the ability probably to multitask in your head, So probably very creative. They're very creative people. It's Mercury direct that would probably be a little, because it slows you down a little, and you might not even notice it. You'd have to constantly.
So maybe it slows down the mother and it takes longer to have the baby. That's probably happened to me.
No, you can have any planet can be in retrograde, any of them. And everybody just picks on Mercury, but you had to go through a Pluto retrograde. You know what happened to you there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we just all did that, as the whole world just did that. Now let's look back at 6 months. 6 months past in the world has been quite eye-opening, right?
Yeah.
That's Pluto retrograde.
Yep.
Pluto retrograde is going to throw some more stuff out there. Now you got to deal with it when I go direct again. So that's the collective thing, though.
So we did say that we would do this reading. We did say we would do this reading for Lisa Ann. So let's do that, ladies. Her sister passed April 7th. She's completely lost. She left 2 boys, Gabe 14, Caleb 15. Now they are her everything. It's wonderful that they are your everything, Lisa Ann. Christmas is rough. I feel like a single mom. Just want to know if she has anything for me to know. So ladies, I'll let you do your
What's the sister's name?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can you give us her first name, please, Lisa Ann?
That'd be great.
Okay. Ashley.
And Lisa Ann, are you single or do you have any support?
Take your time because there is a 10-minute delay on the posting. Not 10 minutes, 10 seconds. I'm sorry. It's 10 minutes. Yeah. Right. Okay. So Lisa Ann, yeah. No, she has a boyfriend that she's been together with for 5 years.
Nice.
So she's single, but she's, you know what I mean? Yeah. She's got a boyfriend.
Yeah. So the boyfriend is, I'm sorry, I always ask the basic questions first. Is the children's father in the picture at all?
Okay. She may take her a few minutes, a second.
Is it okay if I go?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Lisa, what I'm getting is that she is so grateful to you for stepping up and providing a home for her boys, which are her 2 most precious things in the world. And she wants you to know that she's so proud of you and she knows how hard it is. And to remind you that there are souls, as well as her angels, guides, ancestors, supporting and loving you in ways that you may not see, And their question came up about doing guy things. How do I do the guy things? She says, don't worry about doing the guy things. Because they're going to let you know if they want to go to a football game or a baseball game or whatever the guy thing is. Don't worry about it or label it, because they are, the boys are intuitive and wait, let me see if I'm getting this right. And the way it's labeled between a girl thing or a guy thing isn't really an issue. It's if they want to do an event or if they want to be somewhere or see something, they have their voice. And you need to know too that they trust you. The boys trust you. They love you. And they recognize that this is difficult. But you bring a healing presence to them and a stability to them and and all of your relatives on the other side are just, totally at your beck and call. If there's something you need to know, if there's something you don't feel good about, you sit quietly and ask them. Ask them to help you or ask them to provide an answer or a direction. And they are there for you. And they totally love what you're doing. And to let you know that as they grow, things will become easier. And I'm not really sure what the easier is about, if there's some sort of concern physically or nope, I'm not getting any more information on that. But just know that things will relax and things will become more easy. And know that you are doing a good job. Know that you are totally supported and that you're totally loved by the entire family and generations back. So these boys are meant to be yours. She was sorry that it turned that it was a shock the way that it worked out. But she totally trusts you and she is with you 100% all the way. And that you're doing a great job. They're so proud of you.
Yes.
I hope that helps.
They really are. I mean, this is like a soul contract you and your sister had together to raise these children. It chokes me up because you guys actually planned to do this
before incarnation. Yeah.
And I mean, the cards you have are just phenomenal. You are so strong. You are so strong. You're going to be fiercely protective of these children, which I can already tell you are. You're strong. You, honestly, this is going to sound weird. This is something that you knew was going to happen later in life now on a soul level. And your soul is so excited about it. I know you're heartbroken, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to make light of it. But this is something you planned.
Oh, you're feeling it, Val. I know you're feeling it. Yeah.
And I see it. Everybody over there, just like Kate said, is cheering you on. They're there for you at any moment, any second. You need help. Call, sit down for a second. The answer will come to you in a synchronicity. Something will come up in your field immediately. I mean, you're not going to be alone raising these kids.
Right.
This is, and I even see later down the line, I don't know how long I'm seeing, maybe 5 years, the dad's going to get himself together.
So he'll be there for them later, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, when they're young men, like at the 20s, I'm talking about 20s, around there, and he's going to show up. He is in a lot of pain because your sister's no longer here. And despite his addiction, he loves her.
Wow. So my message came through some cards. I got the Metamorphosis card, She's gone, and she says there's a lot of metamorphosis going on between herself, yourself, and the boys, and maybe even the father. I don't know. But, you know that when you start out as a caterpillar, you end up as a beautiful butterfly. So don't worry about how to mother. You're doing a great job, and you're working through whatever you have to do. You and your sister were kindred spirits. And I agree with them when they say that you planned this before you were incarnated, that you two have the very close bond. Your sister feels very serene. Serenity surrounds her because you are the person taking care of them. She didn't want to go, but because she had to, or that was her contract, she knew that you would be there to pick up where she was. And so it's like two mothers, two bodies and one mother. And she says, you're traveling through with them, and you're making a big impression on their lives. And there are no other words, that you are the one she wants to raise those boys. So, and I know you miss her. I know you miss her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he's right there with you. All you got to do is sit there for a
Heart
second
to heart.
and come and talk to you, hug you. You have all the tools. You really are. You got the magician card here, which has everything you need. You have everything you need. And if you doubt for 1 minute that you're not strong enough to do this, you got the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. Which I'm
wow.
Thinking, you and
yeah, that's some strength.
Yeah, and coming up on the world behind that strength card. I mean, Empress card. I'm sorry. And here's a happy family.
I got the magician too on that one, Val. Yeah.
You did? You both got them.
Yeah, there's some really exciting.
You guys are going to grow together. You're going to grow and build. This is Seven of Pentacles. Okay, then we had the Three of Cups. So I see you three.
Teamwork.
Yeah. And then at the end, the Three of Wands, that you can create. You really signed up for this, and they did too. Even the kids did. Of course, they don't know that.
Yeah, right.
But now the babe.
Really got it.
Beautiful.
That was beautiful, ladies. Thank you so much. I certainly can tell that you tapped into Ashley's energy just by virtue of your reactions here. Go ahead, Valerie. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm just showing the world. You got the world.
Oh, the world.
Yeah, you'll make a beautiful world with these boys.
Yeah. I mean, to be chosen to raise your sister's children is such that's a beautiful gift. So the gift is there, and they have the gift of having their aunt, who's the closest ever to their mother, be that person for them. So yeah. All right, Lisa, I'm glad we could answer your question today. Thank you, dear. We'll take one more thing here, Layla, and I'll let them talk about this. We are pretty close to our hour, but and don't forget it, people, come on Tuesday for our Dream Detective work with Willow, who happens to be right now in the chat. So she's another fabulous teacher as well. She had a few dreams before her mother died. One involved running a racetrack with darkness all around. I was exhausted and someone said, take a rest. And I replied, there's no finish line.
Well, there isn't. Really. We are infinite beings. We live for eternity. We just change form. We have a spark of the divine in us. And in this incarnation, I chose to look like this and be called Valerie. But that's not the end of it. That's only one piece
part
of it. Yeah.
Right. So, Layla, this sounds like a message for you to focus on self-care, to know that you are not alone, to know that there are that love is being provided for you, and to trust what you are hearing, because the fact that you heard that is a really big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say before her mother died, she gets this thing, there is no finish line. That tells me that I'm with you forever.
Yeah.
That also tells me that, or that there's this doesn't end.
Right.
It continues,
Right.
So,
But
yeah.
the running can slow down, and the
Right.
self-care can become, the focus and empower you to get through what is coming.
That's
So,
right.
yeah,
Absolutely.
beautiful dream.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if you felt exhausted when you woke up, if you were depleted, instead of being refreshed when you woke up, were you depleted when you woke up? If you could just one word, and we won't even have to we won't have to go there, but I just am curious if you feel like sharing that.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Love is eternal, and there is no end to it.
That's right.
That's right.
It's forever.
So, and once again, there are no mistakes. These, I'm sorry Terry has COVID, and that, but these ladies pitched in for me today, and I can't thank them enough. They're wonderful. But I really do believe that we must have planned on this on some level. Let's get together and, have some fun. And it's wonderful that we were able to answer, the question that Lisa wanted answered about her sister and everything else.
If you want to send questions about dreams or how it works or spirituality or anything else, you can contact us at thedreamdetectives@gmail.com. I'm happy to share, not share, reply, have you come on and talk about it. Aley is so good about saying, "Hey, come on down.
Come on down. You're the next one on The Price is Right." That's right.
Yeah.
No, and that would give us something to begin to talk about. Not that we can not think of things to talk about, but if you have something, and I think the thing that's really good about it is you can write it in an email, not have to do it in the chat, and that's a little tedious. So, and just tell us if you want us to share your name or not, and we won't have to do it, or if you mind if we share it as just a dream that somebody had, and that would be fine. We welcome that.
That would be great too. Yeah. It's been a blast. The chat has been so beautiful. I mean, the loving energy that's coming out of it is just so good. And I love collaborating with you, Valerie, and of course with you, Aley. There is this sweetness, right? There's a type of harmony.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Really sweet. I'm so impressed that you're awake after being up late last night.
I'm not usually that person. I'm sleeping all the time.
It's a good thing I didn't ask you. If I asked her yesterday, she might have said, "Oh, I don't know." So it worked out well. She was already awake. Yeah.
I do get up early. I wanted to say to Lisa Ann, please stay. Come by and visit with us and let us know how you're doing.
Right.
Yes, please do. Lisa Ann has been here before from Facebook and come in late and hasn't been able to have her. So I'm glad we could do that for her today. And thanks for waiting until the end, Lisa Ann. We appreciate you. And I just want to say it was fabulous to have you with me, and lots of fun. And thank you for all the information you shared with others as well about what they might be expecting with the debris.
It is quick debris. I just want to say to Ward one thing. I can't remember my dreams. They have to help me.
That's true.
I can't. I don't dream.
Some people don't. Yeah. But one thing I do want to say is, was the old saying, be kind, because some people are fighting a silent battle, or a battle, that you don't know what they're going through at the time. And all of us, with the holidays come, it's that emotional roller coaster, because we remember holidays in the past, people that aren't here anymore, those kinds of things. And just remember, you aren't alone, that we are all here for you, and that we love you dearly. Yeah.
And then, Layla did have one final question. Yes, about whether or not it was a warning. And so, so I'll just put my 2 cents out there, that if the dream was a repeated dream, if she was
Mhm.
having it consecutively, like every morning she was
Every
waking
night
up
or
going,
something.
yeah, making, then I would say that spirit was trying to communicate with you to get ready that something's up. But specifically in the way that it was worded that you described this dream, this particular dream, I would say that it's more of an encouragement and to remember that you are not alone, to know and acknowledge that kind of communication is available to you through your dream world, and that they are supporting you and encouraging you to to be okay in this life, and that they are a resource for you 24/7. So
Definitely.
I hope that's helpful.
You're welcome, Layla. Thank you for putting it up there. Thanks, everybody. I'll be back next week with Jean will be here. And I'm also on with Kate on Tuesday and Willow. And then on Friday, I'm on with the light language singer again, who's going to be doing a holiday blessing. So I'll have that up soon. And of course, my mediums on a Thursday nights. Thank you all. Love you
Thank
all.
you.
Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, moderators.